Hello YouTube, my name's Zach, you're watching ZakDTV. Thanks for stopping in. If you like what I do, please subscribe. Hit me with a like button if you like it too. Alright, let's start with my top story of the day. I'm going to do something interesting here. We have Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Carlos Slim, I love that name, sounds like he should be in a western, right? Amancio Ortega, Mark Zuckerberg, Michael Bloomberg, and Larry Ellison. What do they have in common? Well, you put them together, they're worth $426 billion. According to Oxfam International, now this is an NGO, they track poverty around the world. That is the same as the world's poorest 3.6 billion people are worth. Hard to put a price on people, but that's what they say. Now, that's pretty crazy, but not as scary as it sounds. If you really think of it, of the people on the earth, not everyone works. How many children, elderly, unemployed, people that are working off the books, people that keep their money hidden, how many of those people are out there? When you figure that all into it, it's still an interesting statistic, but you just never take a headline to be as shocking as it should be or as it sounds. Simply because, that's how people sell their stories. Now, when I looked into the numbers, I found that depending on the site, $426 billion was about 1/50th of the actual money in the world. Total numbers end up making that a lot smaller than 1/50th. The numbers are into the quadrillions. So I do think this is an interesting headline. But it's not as startling as the reporters would want you to believe. Let me know what you think about this. Leave me some comments down below. This next story I just thought was fun. It is Batman versus Superman in real life. What we're looking at is not really Batman versus Superman. Batman's costume versus Superman's costume. They're going head to head right now in auctions at Nate D. Sanders Auctions. The Superman suit is the one worn by Christopher Reeves in 1978 Superman, the movie. Now, this is basically just the onesie. I don't know what else to call it. It's a jumper, a onesie. This was the flight suit they used. So it has some holes in it to run cables, has the spots for the snaps for the cape. It doesn't come with a cape or anything else, just the basic suit that was worn by Christopher Reeves. The bids for this start at $40,000. The bat suit, however, is Michael Keaton's bat suit. It's from '92's Batman Returns. Now, this is one of my favorite Batman films. I'm sure you guys remember Michelle Pfeiffer playing Catwoman, right? Anyway, in this auction, you'd be bidding on the cape, the cowl, and the body of the suit. The bids for this start at $35,000, and they're both pretty iconic superhero outfits, but I'm going to predict that Batman wins out in this one. It's going to close in 10 days, so we're going to have to wait until then to see who comes out on top. But my vote's for Batman suit. Now, for some important news here, we have a report that's been released by the CDC. It's concerning an elderly woman that passed away a few months back in Nevada due to an infection that she picked up while on vacation in India. Now, the woman contracted the bacteria after being treated for a broken hip in an Indian hospital. When she got back to the States here, she went to a local hospital in Nevada where she ended up being treated for a CRE infection. She later passed due to septic shock. The real bad part of the story is that she couldn't have been helped. The infection was found to be resistant to all 14 types of bacteria that hospital had on hand in Nevada. That none of the 26 antibiotics that we have in America could have stopped that bacteria. It's a superbug. There's no fighting this thing. The CDC warns that it's just the beginning because our rampant use, overprescribing these antibiotics, overuse of antibiotics in production of our meats and in our livestock. They use it to keep animals healthy while leaving them live in a dirtier situation. We have bred this bacteria that is resistant to any of our modern antibiotics. This is kind of a scary idea, but it is something science is working on right now. We've got doctors, we've got scientists working on the newest, best antibacterial. And hopefully we quit overprescribing, quit overusing our current antibiotics. Now, I'm going to follow up here with a story of the dumb. To me, this is just something stupid that I found in the headlines, and I'm going to share it with you guys. in North Dakota, it may soon be legal to run people over with your car if they're in the road. Now, this comes due to the protesters that are protesting the pipeline going through North Dakota. Lawmakers in that state are working to pass legislation that would not hold motorists liable for negligently hitting someone who is blocking the roadways. Now, lawmakers say this bill is needed because the pipeline protesters blocking roadways during their demonstrations. I don't agree with that. If you want to demonstrate, stand alongside the road. Don't hold up other people. They're just trying to do their jobs. Representative Keith Kempenick, not sure if I pronounced your name right, Keith, if you're watching this. Sorry about that. Said that his bill is going to shift the burden of proof from the motor vehicle driver to the pedestrians because roads are not there for protesters. They are intentionally putting themselves at risk. How do you guys feel about that one? Is it right for them to allow people to run people over? What do you think the legal ramifications of this are going to be? Have somebody hit somebody in a crosswalk and whoops, it's their fault for being in the crosswalk? Let me know what you think. Remember to click below to subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Leave some comments below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.